Okay, so as you can tell by the title, this video is a serious video about me and who I am as a person. Wait a minute. I want you to know that both this video will be unscripted like every other video I ever make. And second off, that this video does mean a lot to me. So, let's get on to it. Okay. It took me years to grasp the fact that I am indeed trans. It took me years to grasp the fact that people can be trans. When I was younger, I never really felt like a boy. How I, was born, I never really felt the connection between my gender and my sex, which I never knew were two different beings, but I always thought were intertwined because of the way that Western civilization works. However, the greatest thing about it is that once you come to grips with it, you feel much freer. But the feeling of being free also causes an immense terror. My family is not very accepting of new ideas. Particularly, they are very homophobic. They would rather men look like men and women look like, well, women look how women look, So when you come into challenging their expectations, just wearing makeup for a concert I was doing, I was performing a show in a concert when I was a boy, or I thought I was a boy. They did not want me to wear it. They actively spoke against it as if it was some horrible being, a smudge on human existence. However, it's not. But my fear of uploading this and creating this, well, my passion for wanting to share this is higher than my fear. My passion is that I want people to know who I am and why I am the way I am, and who I want to be. I, as all of you know, am Trundalask Sikanatsi on my YouTube channel. My friends and family will know me as Dallas, and I know myself as Annie, and some of my friends do too. As I like to call it, my female version of myself, the version that I have always been, but I am only now coming to grasp to accept. I started to realize this when I was way younger. Between, and this is a big gap, but between about 6 to maybe 8, and surprisingly, what got me thinking very much about it was Fairly Odd Parents. I don't remember the exact name of it. If I could show you a clip or a photo of it, I would. But there's this episode in the Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy Turner wants to get a present for Trixie, yet Timmy Turner doesn't know any feminine thoughts. So he asked his fairy godparents to wishes his fairy godparents to turn him into a female. And that was my very first thing I remember about it. What does it feel like to be a woman? Not what does it feel like to have all the pieces, but how does it feel like to specifically just be a woman? And it flew through my mind multiple times as I was growing up, that one scene. And whenever I rewatched it, it took me back to that same time whenever I was between 6 and 8 on my grandparents' floor watching the TV. I thought it was amazing. And then throughout middle school and high school, I didn't know who I was. You know, middle school and high school are terrible times to be a teenager. You start becoming really depressed, you start losing your friends. That could be a whole nother story on its own. But the way that it worked is, I went from being straight to bi, I do believe, which I am. I'm definitely bi. I'm very, very biased towards females, but I am bi. But I have always been more feminine. I have always thought of being a female. That makes sense. I went from being bi to gay, back to bi, to demi, and then I do believe there was a point in there where I said I was asexual, but I wasn't, to demi, back to bi. And for years it stayed that way. For years, I mean like a year and a half. At tops. And then I knew I was trans. I thought about it. This could have totally been made up in my mind, but my friend, Nana, a great high school friend, I still talk to her, and she's kind of the reason why I asked her about the video, and she sort of told me that it could help other people. So if you're another person watching this video, don't thank me, thank her. She's a great person. But yeah, where was I? Yes, okay. But I have completely forgot where I was. Yeah, but I decided I was trans. I've been trans now, or knew I was trans. I've always been trans. I've known I was trans now for about a year and a half, and I've only just came out last week. And everyone here, I go to an art school, so everyone is super okay, except for one guy, but he's amazing. I'm not in love with him, but he's amazing. Great character, but also a very vicious asshole. He's not a smooth talker, but he's so like very vocal about his opinion that it can just rub off as being asshole because he doesn't have a filter. Which is why I haven't talked to him since I've came out. However, yeah, but coming out as trans has always been great, or well, is great for me, but my fears reach further since you know it's the end of November, reaching into December, my first semester of college. I need all the support I can get. Well, for one, I have a fear of my family finding out. Like I said, my family isn't very supportive of new ideas. They like to think that it has something to do with you not being man enough or something. It's a flaw with your mental capabilities. Even though it's been a thing as far back as ancient Greece, I do believe it's still a big issue. Another issue about it is I'm afraid that if anyone at work finds out about it, I'll be fired for it. So at work, I've never seen myself as one person. At work, I'm Dallas. With my friends and at work and with my family, I'm Dallas. And with my friends and with you guys on camera right now, I'm Annie. However, it doesn't seem to be very beautiful. I'm definitely afraid of losing my job, my friends, everyone. But the thing is, when you come out, you will find people to support you. And they will always be there for you. I have all my friends here, including my roommates, they all at least accept me. They don't have to support me, but they accept me. I have friends like Nana, for example, and other people who really do care for me. And that's amazing. You only find people who care about you like that once in a while, and when you find people like that, you have to tell them everything. But when you come out, you are not changing who you are. You are just accepting the fact that you have always been the way you have been. When you were a child, you were trans, even before you knew it. That seems stupid to think, but it explains so much about your thought process, especially how you were and how you are now. You are not the same person you have been, and when you come out, you will feel a connection with who you are. And I know this video isn't helpful, but just to let you know, if there's anyone else struggling with coming out or being who they know they are, you can always talk to me. I am always on YouTube. I will always see my comments. I will always find a way to get to you, to talk to you about your problems. I love to try to help. So please. And we're gonna go back a little bit. I had to come out to people in fear. I have one other trans friend. I have two trans friends, actually. I completely forgot about her, but I have a friend on Snapchat. But my other best friend, my best friend from back home, she's trans. And she's in some of my YouTube videos too, but you don't know that she's trans. She looks like a boy. So, yeah. She hides it very well. Although she does have a pride flag in her room, which is something I don't have, but I do have that beautiful Captain America poster. However, I refuse to make myself look very feminine without makeup for the same reason that my parents will hate me. I can't really do my hair the way I want to do it because my parents aren't accepting of a different culture. They're from a different age. They don't understand, and they won't ever understand. And there are people like that that you're gonna either have to deal with in your own way or completely cut out of your life. And with me, I just can't cut people out of my life that are so influential to who I am. And I feel like this video has gone on long enough, so I'll let you be. And all you guys, you just have a wonderful day, a wonderful night. Whenever you see this, I want you to realize that this is just this is thought soup in a video. Have a great night.